So this story comes from Wisconsin, and it's about 12 current police officers who are in western Wisconsin who were fired or forced out of their previous jobs in law enforcement. Shout out to Peter Cameron with the Badger Project and also the LaCrosseTribune.com. I want you to share this story. I want you to like this story and also leave a comment. Tell me what you think, because this story is about bad cops. I want to show you the reason why I started this channel. See, the problem with bad cops is not just located in my home state of South Carolina. It's also located across the country, in your neighborhood too. And it doesn't matter if you don't see it. That doesn't mean it does not exist. And so what you have here is the phenomena called the wandering officer. So the wandering officer gets fired from one department or is forced out of one department and then simply goes and joins another one. And basically what you have here is a shifting rotation of bad cops. And so those officers, according to studies, right, they are known to violate things again. They are known to become bad officers. And because they know they can go to a neighboring county or a different state and get a different law enforcement job, they are more likely to believe that they are untouchable. These are your cops who shoot people. These are your cops who abuse people. And I guarantee you that more often than not, a significant portion of any police force in any major city contains wandering officers. And many of these officers were young and failed to pass their probationary period, but some were forced out for very serious misconduct violations. And one such example is Christopher Larson. He's a police officer in Wisconsin, and he was fired from one job because he was accused of repeatedly taking the long way to arrive at 911 calls so that he didn't have to be the lead officer. So a department that he previously worked for found that, and yet somebody else hired him. Unbelievable, man. And you have guys who resign in lieu of termination, such as Nathaniel Hefner. This guy was accused of failing to complete more than 300 police reports, and yet he was hired by somebody else. That shows you cops cannot be trusted, because how in the world can you judge as a freaking citizen, right? How can you judge if you are running into a wandering officer or not? You can't do an instant background search because they tell you, keep your hands up, don't reach for anything, right? So how can you get out your freaking phone and do a quick background search on a freaking wandering officer? And how do you know that info is even available? I tell you, do not trust cops, man. Do not trust cops.